Hey guys. It's been a couple years since the first recording that I did for Jiu-jitsu as a Spiritual Path, and I just had breakfast with my grandmother, and I was sitting there talking to her about how we were talking about leadership and how leaders are. The world seems so divided. The world seems so split apart and polarized. This idea that the people who live inside of countries never go to war with each other. They don't ever want to go to war with each other. They have more in common. Any two groups of peasants or like regular society has more in common with the regular society of another country than either group does with the leadership of that country. Similarly, any billionaire on the planet from any country has more in common with any other billionaire than anybody in normal society. Realizing that kind of takes the mystery out of why certain classes of people send other classes of people to war to defend the interest of those classes of people. You know? And what I realized in that conversation was what I was saying to my grandmother was, it's a matter of scale. Like, if the people in regular society, the real people of the world, the 99.999%, want change in our leadership, then it's our job to make them look ridiculous. And if we act the same way they do, it normalizes their insanity. So when they say, let's go bomb these people, let's go kill them all, if we're treating our neighbors the same way, if we're treating our teachers, our friends the same way, then what grounds do we have to say, what's wrong with you people? You're ridiculous. Of course you don't treat people like that. That's insane. You know, sit down and have an adult conversation. If we can't be that way with each other, then are we hypocrites for asking our leaders to be any different? It shouldn't be that way. It should be our leaders inspiring us and modeling for society the way that we should treat each other, but that's not the way it's going. So what option do we have? Become leaders ourselves, ascending to that place by acting the same way they do, and then get there and then reverse course later? It doesn't work. If we want the world to change the way it functions, we have to change our internal dialogue with ourselves and the world around us. And that's the epiphany, right? That's the cool part for me. In Jiu-jitsu, small things matter, right? And anybody who knows Jiu-jitsu and really studies it and is in love with it will tell you that. The little things matter. The difference between a purple belt and a black belt, or a blue belt and a purple belt, isn't big things. It's not, oh, I know moves. Well, they both know moves. They both understand concepts. But the black belt or the brown belt understands them in a deeper way. And they understand the implications that the little things have. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful because when you understand that turning your foot like this makes a difference, and you train that way, or when you understand that gripping like this or like this has a huge ramifications on the effectiveness of a move, that's really cool. And it's the small things that matter, not the big things. Everybody has the big things. Everybody has the basic concept. It's the little things, the breath, the timing, the movement, the hip, you know, the shift in your hip that matters. And I guess I've realized this from charity work as well. I used to think that like when I become a millionaire, then I'll help people. And my goal for a long time was like, make a bunch of money so you can help people. And what I realized is we've already got those people. You know, we've already got the Warren Buffetts and the Dale Carnegies and the Bill Gateses. We already got those guys. So what we need are people that are doing the thing. Like, we need people that are on the ground who care. I got to have breakfast with my grandmother today. That matters. That's a real thing in my life that matters. It matters to her, it matters to me. I got to buy coffee beans from a guy, Thad Compton, who roasts them locally. That matters to Thad's business. It matters because it's a small business and my purchase counts. I try to find places where little things matter because I'm a little thing in the world. And little things can affect little things. And if little things affect lots of little things, that adds up to be collectively a big thing. But it has highlighted the significance of little things to me. And then you realize there are no little things. Because if lots of little things are big things, and no little thing is more significant than any other little thing, then aren't all little things actually potential big things? So if we want to affect the world, the way to do it isn't to go out and do some great, crazy, dramatic, millions of billions of whatever. Like, it's a hug. It's a handshake. It's a conversation. There's a kid that trains with me at Mansfield University. And I saw him the other day, and he's really stressed out about some injuries and some study stuff. And I love the end of that conversation because I looked at him and I was like, hey man, like, if you ever need any help, like, for real, call me. Like, I got you. I will make time for you. And that's exactly what I said. I will make time for you. And I can only hope that that has an impact on that person. But who's he? Who am I? We're just little people. You know, we got car payments and we got parents and stress and we got our thing. You know, we got our little lives. And what do those little lives make up? They make up a city. They make up a country. They make up a world. You know. Yeah, I hit all the major points that I wanted to talk about, but the way that I wanted to really say it is just like, don't wait. Like, don't think that you can't start until later when you're this or when you're that. All you've done is qualify what it takes to begin. And it doesn't take anything to begin. It takes nothing. You can start now. You can start today. You can start in little tiny ways that are all that will ever matter. And that's the best way I can say it to you. You will be happier. You will be more fulfilled. You will glow. The world will see you helping it, and the world will conspire to help you help it more. And it's all love, and it's the best way to be happy. It's the most selfish thing I've ever done, is help others. You get to this point where you realize, at least I did, that the greatest, most rewarding, most significant thing I'll ever do is make others happy, reduce their suffering, help them realize that gratitude is the shortest path to enlightenment. And just really giving yourself to other people and giving yourself to the world and seeing that create peace for a moment. You know, I guess maybe that's kicking the can down the road. You know, I achieve happiness by helping you. Now you go figure out the meaning of life. You know? It's kind of selfish in a way to be like, hey, my meaning of life is to help you. You go figure out your meaning of life. But that's it. I can't figure out your meaning of life. It's your meaning of life, not mine. My meaning of life is to help you. So, and that's just the truth. But it is. It's an amazing life when you devote yourself to that. So, just start. Just do something today. Like my challenge to you, if I have one, if I can have one, may I? Thank you. My challenge to you, if I can have one, is think of something little that you can do today that costs nothing or very little, right? Buy somebody's coffee. Write somebody a thank you note. Just write them a note and tell them why you love them. Hold the door for somebody. You know, offer to carry somebody's groceries. There's been a lot of movements about this. There's been a lot of ideas about this and concepts about it. But it really is underlying it all, underlying all of these incarnations of this greater truth, right? Is just do nice things for people and be nice. Be a good person. Help others. You know, be love. And be vulnerable. You know, that's it. You know, do something nice. That's my challenge. Do something good. And see if you don't feel motivated and inspired to do something else good. It's a self-feeding loop of benevolence and kindness and compassion. And I think, me personally, because this is what I have, and I refuse to believe that what I have is not enough. This is how the world changes. This is how politics changes. This is how racism changes. This is how sexism changes. This is how abuse changes. This is how everything changes. This is how it starts. Is by people reaching out and realizing that everyone else is just like them, and we're all in this together, and that little things matter, and that you can change the world by changing yourself. So, that's my 2 cents. It's been a couple years. I really felt moved to make this video today. I actually had time. I had a client cancel. So I was like, okay, I'm doing it. Yeah. Have a great day. Have a great moment.